Welcome to FM Coins, the place where small coins turn into big discoveries. If you think a simple 10-cent coin can't change your life, today's video will prove you wrong. Hidden in pockets, drawers, old jars, and forgotten piggy banks are Roosevelt dimes that look completely ordinary, yet they secretly carry the kind of value that can shock even experts. Some of these rare coins have sold for thousands, hundreds of thousands, and in unbelievable cases, millions of dollars at major auctions. Most people never notice these treasures because the mistakes that created them are almost invisible, rare, minting errors, unusual metal compositions, and secret varieties that were never meant to exist. But collectors around the world are desperately searching for these rare Roosevelt dimes, and one of them could be in your home right now. In this video, I'm going to reveal the most valuable Roosevelt dimes ever discovered, the shocking prices they reached, and the hidden details you must look for. So stay with me till the end, because the next rare dime you find could become the most profitable 10 cents of your life. Let's begin our list with the absolute king of all. Roosevelt dimes, the unbelievably rare and almost mythical 1975 no-S proof Roosevelt dime, a coin so scarce and mysterious that even legendary collectors consider it a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. In 1975, the San Francisco Mint was producing special proof sets, each containing coins with the famous S mint mark as a mark of quality and precision. Proof coins are struck, using polished dies and special pressure to give them a mirror-like shine, making them different from normal circulation coins. Now imagine this. In the middle of this controlled, careful minting process, a small but historic mistake occurred. A set of proof dies was prepared without the S mint mark, and somehow a tiny number of these error dimes were struck and placed into proof sets that were later sold to the public. This wasn't just a simple mistake. It was an accident so rare that the U.S. Mint immediately investigated and destroyed every known incorrect die. But somehow, two of these extraordinary dimes escaped, silently slipping into the hands of collectors who didn't realize how valuable they were until decades later. This dime looks beautifully normal to the eye. Flawless surfaces, deep mirror shine, sharp details. Everything you would expect from a premium proof coin. But the absence of the mint mark makes it a treasure beyond imagination. Because proof coins are handled with such precision, mistakes like this are almost impossible, which is why the 1975 no-S dime has gained legendary status. Only 2 examples have ever been authenticated, and each one is considered priceless. When one of them appeared at auction, it created shockwaves across the entire numismatic world. Bidding started strong, climbed rapidly, and finally settled at an astonishing $456,000. Instantly placing this dime among the most valuable modern coins ever sold. Experts predict that if another example ever surfaces, or if one of the 2 known coins is auctioned, again, the price could easily reach $600,000, $750,000, or even cross the $1 million mark because of its unbelievable rarity and the intense demand from high-end collectors. What makes this coin even more fascinating is the mystery surrounding how it escaped the mint. Proof coins usually undergo strict inspection, meaning an error like this should never have reached the public. Yet somehow these 2 slipped through the cracks, turning them into accidental national treasures. They symbolize how even the most controlled systems can create miracles of rarity. For collectors, the thrill of this coin isn't just the money, it's the story, the mystery, and the fact that such an extraordinary mistake was never supposed to exist. Imagine discovering a coin like this hidden in an old proof set bought from a garage sale, inherited from a relative, or sitting untouched in storage for years. That single discovery could change someone's life forever. And that is why the 1975 no-S proof Roosevelt dime stands at the top of the list, a symbol of rarity, a masterpiece of error, and a reminder that sometimes the smallest coins hold the biggest secrets. Now moving to the second incredible treasure on our list, the 1968 no-S proof Roosevelt dime, a coin that became famous, not only for its extreme rarity, but also for the shock it delivered to the entire numismatic world. When it was first discovered, the year was 1968, a time when proof coin production had just shifted permanently to the San Francisco Mint. Every proof coin from that year was supposed to carry the bold and clear S mint mark, proudly showing that it was struck with the highest precision. But somewhere in the early stages of proof production, a mint worker unknowingly installed a die that did not contain the S mint mark. And the result of that small mistake became one of the most valuable and iconic modern dimes ever created. These coins were struck with mirror-like surfaces, frosted details, and perfect rims, making them look flawless to an untrained eye. But the missing mint mark instantly transformed them into rare treasures. The U.S. Mint is known for its strict quality control, especially with proof coins, which are inspected far more carefully than regular circulation coins. For a no-S proof coin to escape inspection is almost unimaginable. But that year, a very small number of these error dimes slipped into proof sets that were sold to the public. When the first collector discovered one in the early 1970s, it caused an immediate frenzy. Experts rushed to confirm the find, and the moment it was authenticated, the coin became legendary. Only a few examples have been found since, and every new discovery adds excitement and mystery to its story. Unlike the 1975 no-S dime, which has only 2 known pieces, the 1968 no-S dime has slightly more survivors, but still so few that it remains one of the most sought-after modern U.S. coins. Auction history of this coin is nothing short of astonishing. When one of the finest known examples appeared at a major coin auction, the bidding quickly turned fierce. Collectors knew they were fighting for a piece of minting history on something rarely seen and almost impossible to replace. Prices soared past $30,000, then $40,000, and eventually crossed the $45,000 mark. Later, another example shocked collectors when it sold for over $50,000, proving that the demand for this coin continues to grow every year. High-grade examples, especially those with deep mirror surfaces and perfect frosting, are considered national treasures in the world of American coinage. Some experts strongly believe that the highest graded piece could reach $70,000 or even $100,000 if it appears at the right auction with serious bidders competing for it. What makes the 1968 no-S proof dime even more impressive is the story behind its survival. The mint, after realizing the error, immediately searched for and destroyed the incorrect dies. But the few coins that had already been packaged and sold were beyond their reach, leaving a tiny number in the hands of lucky collectors. To this day, it remains unclear exactly how many escaped, which only adds to the coin's mystery and value. Every time a collector examines an old proof set from 1968, there is a moment of hope, the hope of finding the missing mint mark, dime that could change their life instantly. That thrill, that possibility, and that tiny spark of fortune is what makes this coin so magical. The 1968 no-S proof Roosevelt dime stands as a symbol of rarity, beauty, and the unpredictable nature of minting history. It reminds collectors that even in a system designed for perfection, rare miracles can still be born. For anyone lucky enough to discover one, it is not just a coin, it is a piece of American history worth tens of thousands of dollars, carrying a legacy that continues to grow stronger with time. Now let's move to another incredible and highly valuable treasure in the Roosevelt dime series, the famous 1970 no-S proof Roosevelt dime, a coin that shocked collectors when it was discovered and continues to rise in value every single year. The 1970 proof sets were produced with extreme care at the San Francisco Mint, and every coin inside those sets was supposed to carry the unmistakable S mint mark. Proof coins are struck multiple times with polished dies to create deep reflective surfaces and frosty details, making them some of the most beautiful coins the U.S. Mint produces. Yet despite this careful process, a rare mistake slipped through, and that mistake created one of the most valuable modern dimes ever known. A small number of 1970 proof dimes were minted without the S, turning an ordinary dime into a collector's dream and a symbol of minting, perfection gone wrong. The discovery of the 1970 no-S dime came as a complete surprise. Collectors who opened their sealed proof sets expecting flawless coins suddenly noticed the missing mint mark. And what happened next became a major moment in numismatic history. Experts rushed to examine the pieces, and when they confirmed the error, the value of the coin skyrocketed almost instantly. Unlike regular errors that are often caused by cracks, breaks, or striking issues, a missing mint mark on a proof coin is extremely rare because proof dies are checked repeatedly by mint employees. A mint mark error means the wrong die was used, which should never happen under strict proof production standards. But in 1970 it happened, and that tiny mistake created a modern rarity worth thousands of dollars today. Auction houses quickly realized the importance of this discovery. When the first few examples appeared at major sales, collectors went into fierce bidding wars, each wanting to own a piece of minting history that might never appear again. Prices that started in the low thousands soon climbed higher and higher as demand increased. High-grade examples, especially those with deep cameo contrast and flawless surfaces, have sold for $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, and even more depending on condition. Some of the finest specimens have approached the $20,000 mark, with experts predicting that an ultra-high-grade deep cameo example could easily break $25,000 or more if it appears in a premium auction, with heavy competition. What makes the 1970 No S proof dime even more fascinating is the ongoing mystery of how many were actually made. The U.S. Mint never released an official count, leaving collectors guessing about the exact number. Some estimates suggest that only a small handful exist, maybe a couple dozen at most, making it far rarer than many expensive silver dollars or early American coins. Every year, as collectors search through old sealed proof sets from the 1970s, there is always the hope of uncovering another one of these rare gems. Imagine the excitement of someone opening a forgotten proof set bought years ago, only to discover a missing mint-marked dime worth thousands. That moment alone has created countless stories in the collecting community. The 1970 No S proof. Roosevelt dime stands proudly in the category of modern U.S. rarities, representing the blend of beauty, precision, and unexpected mistakes that make coin collecting so thrilling. It is a perfect example of how a simple detail, the absence of a tiny mint mark, can turn a common coin into a high-value treasure. This dime reminds us that hidden fortune can still be found in old boxes, family collections, flea markets, or forgotten drawers. And for collectors, that possibility is what keeps the hobby alive with excitement and curiosity. The 1970 No S dime continues to prove that even in the modern era, incredible rarities can appear when least expected. Next on our list is the remarkable and highly desirable 1999p Roosevelt dime with the rare extra leaf and wavy 9 varieties in a modern treasure that has stunned collectors with its unexpected uniqueness and rising market value. By the late 1990s, coin minting technology had advanced significantly, and quality control at the U.S. Mint was stronger than ever. Roosevelt dimes minted in Philadelphia were expected to be flawless, especially since they were made using high-speed presses designed to eliminate errors. But despite this modern precision, a small number of 1999 Roosevelt dimes left the facility with unusual and visually striking die varieties that instantly caught the attention of sharp-eyed collectors. The most famous among these is the 1999p dime with the wavy 9 variety, a mysterious and rare variation, where the number 9 in the date appears distorted, curved, or wavy instead of smooth and perfectly shaped. This was likely caused by a subtle issue with the master die or an accidental engraving flaw, and because the mint did not detect or correct it quickly, a limited number of these dimes were released into everyday circulation. What makes this variety so special is the boldness of the error. It is visible to the naked eye, something even beginner collectors can spot instantly once they know what to look for. And because this variety was only produced for a very short period before the die was replaced, it has become a major target for serious collectors hunting rare modern coins. Another rare and extremely sought-after variety from 99 is known as the extra leaf variety, where an additional leaf-like impression appears near the torch or the olive branches on the reverse side of the dime. This error is believed to be the result of an accidental polishing or hubbing issue that left an extra shape behind, and something that should never appear on a Roosevelt dime. While far fewer of these examples exist, the ones that have been confirmed have sold for impressive amounts at auctions and online marketplaces. The rarity of these pieces makes them modern-day investments, with collectors willing to pay high premiums for well-preserved examples certified by major grading companies. Auction prices for 1999p wavy 9 dimes have continued to climb every year. While circulated examples can sell for $50 to $150, high-grade pieces certified in MS66 or MS67 have fetched $500, $800, and even well above $1,000 depending on demand. And the rarest high-end specimens, especially those with nearly flawless strike and surface quality, have been known to reach $2,000 or more at strong auctions. The extra leaf varieties have seen even stronger numbers due to their extreme rarity, with some examples crossing $3,000 or more, especially when discovered in high mint state condition. The growth in value has made these varieties some of the most exciting modern dimes for collectors and treasure hunters alike. What makes the 1999p varieties so fascinating is the fact that they represent a new era of minting anomalies, proof that even in advanced times, unexpected treasures can still escape into circulation. These coins remind collectors that rare finds are not limited to old silver coins or early minting periods. Even modern change that passes through your hands today can contain secrets worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For many collectors, the idea that a coin from just a couple of decades ago could be worth so much money brings a new thrill to the hobby. The 1999 Roosevelt dime varieties stand as proof that valuable errors and rare varieties can appear even in the most advanced minting environment. They continue to climb in value every year, driven by passionate collectors, growing demand, and the joy of discovering something hidden in everyday pocket change. For anyone who checks their dimes carefully, the next rare discovery could be just one coin away, a reminder that modern treasures are still out there waiting to be found. Now we move to another extraordinary and incredibly valuable gem in the Roosevelt dime series, the legendary 1949 Roosevelt dime in full bands FB condition, a coin whose rarity, beauty, and historical significance have made it one of the most desirable silver dimes ever struck. At first glance, the 1949 dime seems like a simple silver coin from the early years of the Roosevelt series, but once collectors take a closer look at its sharply defined details, they immediately realize that they are holding something special. The key to its value lies in the reverse side, specifically the torch. The full bands designation refers to the horizontal bands around the torch being completely separated and deeply struck. This level of detail is extremely hard to achieve, especially in the 1940s, when dies wore down quickly and high-pressure strikes were not always consistent. Because of this, finding a true full bands 1949 dime is incredibly rare, and high-grade examples sit among the hardest to find. Roosevelt dimes in existence. Most 1949 dimes entered circulation immediately, losing their sharp details through wear. Even uncirculated examples stored for decades tend to lack the perfect strike needed to qualify for the full bands designation. That's why collectors refer to this coin as a conditional rarity, meaning the coin itself is not rares, but the coin in top condition is almost impossible to find. When a few sharply struck examples began appearing at major grading companies, experts realized that this coin could become one of the most valuable non-error Roosevelt dimes of the entire series, and their predictions came true. A perfectly preserved, high-grade 1949 dime with full bands commands breathtaking prices at auction. One of the most famous examples, graded MS68 FB, sold for over $25,000, leaving collectors stunned by the strength of demand. Another example, also in superb gem condition, broke through the $30,000 barrier, proving that this coin has one of the strongest markets among early-date Roosevelt dimes. The beauty of this coin lies not only in its rarity, but also in the story of its creation. In the late 1940s, the San Francisco Mint often struggled with die pressure consistency. Coins from that era frequently exhibit weak details, flat bands on the reverse, or incomplete strikes, issues that make the few fully struck examples stand out like shining stars. For a 1949 dime to have fully separated bands means it was struck with near-perfect force, using fresh dies at precisely the right moment, under uncommon minting conditions. That combination almost never happened, which is why the number of true full bands examples is extremely small. For serious collectors who want the toughest keys to the series, the 1949 FB dime is considered an absolute must-have, a coin that completes high-end Roosevelt dime collections with power and prestige. As the value continues to rise year after year, collectors now search obsessively through old rolls of silver dimes, inherited coin jars, and untouched collections in hopes of finding a hidden treasure. While circulated examples are common and only worth silver value or slightly more, the dream of discovering a preserved, perfectly struck full band's beauty keeps the excitement alive, even mid-grade uncirculated. Examples without full bands have gained attention from collectors who recognize the historical importance of early San Francisco issues, but nothing compares to the thrill of encountering a true, full band's 1949 dime, a coin whose sharp, crystal-clear details separate it from millions of ordinary strikes. This dime stands as a powerful reminder that not all valuable coins are defined by errors or missing mint marks. Some become legendary simply because of their rarity in top condition. The 1949 SFB Roosevelt dime represents the magic of numismatics, where historical context, minting precision, and natural scarcity combine to create a masterpiece worth tens of thousands of dollars. Its rising popularity among collectors has solidified its status as one of the most respected Roosevelt dimes in the hobby, a symbol of how extraordinary beauty and rarity can transform a simple silver coin into a treasure for the ages. Next on our list is the legendary 1946D Roosevelt dime in full bands FB condition, a coin that has captivated collectors for decades and continues to hold a special place among the most sought-after silver dimes in the series. The 1946 Roosevelt dime was minted in the early years of this series, just a few years after the coin's introduction in 1946, following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1945. While millions of these dimes were produced, the vast majority circulated quickly, losing the sharp details that are now so crucial to collectors. What makes the 1946D full bands dime extraordinary is the reverse design, specifically the horizontal bands on the torch. In properly struck coins, these bands are fully separated and crisply defined, a feature that is extremely difficult to achieve consistently with the minting technology of the 40s. Because dies wore down quickly and striking pressure varied, coins with fully separated bands are exceedingly rare, making this particular dime a true gem for serious collectors. Collectors prize this coin not only for its rarity, but also for the story behind its survival. Many of the 1946D dimes were used in everyday transactions and quickly lost their original luster, leaving only a tiny number of uncirculated coins in top condition. High-grade examples, especially those retaining full bands, are almost impossible to find. When one of these superb examples appeared at auction, collectors were stunned by the competition. The bidding quickly escalated, reflecting the extreme rarity and high demand for such well-preserved pieces. Some of the finest examples in MS65FB or MS66FB condition have sold for $20,000 to $30,000, with the very best specimens fetching even higher amounts. This makes the 1946D FB dime one of the most valuable Roosevelt dimes for collectors who specialize in the series' rare key dates and high-grade examples. The historical significance of the 1946D dime also adds to its allure. Minted just after World War II, these coins are a symbol of a transformative period in American history. They were among the first Roosevelt dimes struck after the end of the war, and the quality of these coins varied depending on die condition, press pressure, and the experience of mint workers. Only coins struck perfectly, with fresh dies and careful alignment, achieved the full bands detail, making them a rare window into the minting practices of the era. Collectors today view the 1946 DFB dime not just as a coin, but as a piece of history that combines artistry, precision, and scarcity into a single, highly coveted object. For modern collectors, the hunt for a 1946D full bands dime is a thrilling challenge. Many search through old coin collections, inherited coin jars, or sealed rolls of silver dimes, hoping to uncover one of these hidden treasures. Even circulated examples can hold appeal for collectors seeking to complete date sets, but only the uncirculated full band specimens reach the top tier of value. The combination of scarcity, historical significance, and the sheer beauty of a well-struck coin has made the 1946D FB dime a symbol of excellence within the Roosevelt dime series. This coin demonstrates that rarity is not always about errors or missing mint marks. Sometimes it's about perfection within normal production. The 1946D Roosevelt dime in full bands condition embodies that principle beautifully. Its striking detail, scarcity, and top grades, and connection to an important era in American history make it an iconic collectible that continues to inspire excitement, drive competition, and achieve remarkable prices at auction. For anyone fortunate enough to own or discover one, this dime represents a tangible link to history and a potential treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. And that wraps up our incredible journey through some of the most valuable and rare Roosevelt dimes ever discovered. From the legendary 1975 No S proof dime to the historic 1946D full bands treasure, we've seen how tiny coins can hold millions of dollars in hidden value, often sitting unnoticed in drawers, piggy banks, or old collections. These coins are a perfect reminder that even the smallest pieces of change can carry incredible history, artistry, and fortune. If you're a collector, a treasure hunter, or just someone fascinated by rare coins, the world of Roosevelt dimes offers endless excitement, mystery, and opportunity. Every mint mark, every die variety, and every perfectly struck coin tells a story. And some of these stories could change a collector's life forever. So, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the rarest Roosevelt dimes and want to uncover more hidden coin treasures? Make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next discovery. Keep checking your coin jars, examine your dimes carefully, and who knows? The next rare Roosevelt dime could be in your hands. Thank you for watching FM Coins, where every coin has a story, and every story could be worth a fortune.